Welcome to my video on percents in business math. A percent is a way to express a number as part of 100. The word percent comes from the Latin percentum, meaning by the hundreds. 1% means 1 out of 100, and 50% means 50 out of 100, so that's a half. And 100% means the whole, so that's everything. And anything above 100% is more than the whole, or it's a larger number. So in business, percents are everywhere. That they're in discounts, sales taxes, profit margins, interest rates, markups, and just various things you'll see in everyday life. So that's what this video is going to be about, is talking about percents and how we calculate them. We're going to do some examples. And at the end of this video, I've got a link to my other video on percents if you want to do a little basic math review that will help you calculate percents. How to calculate a percent. What is X percent of a number? So really we've got to figure out, there's three different basic types of this equation. We calculate the part, the percent, or the whole. And it's got to do with this basic equation right here. So that's the equation we're going to be using in some fashion or the other. We're just going to changing it around depending on what variable we want to solve for. So if we run into a question like what is the X percent of a number, we're going to multiply the percent by the whole and get the part. That's going to be the percent, and we need to convert that to percent format. The second type of question we would see is what is X is what part of Y. So here we've got to figure out what the part is and what the whole is, and then multiply by 100 to convert it to percent. Third type of problem we're going to see is X is Y percent of what number. So here we're going to know how much we have of something and then the percent, but we don't know how much we've got the whole. In other words, what's the total value. So these are three types of problems that we're going to be working, and let's go do some examples. Example 1, sales tax. You buy a laptop for $900 and your local sales tax is 7%. What is the amount of the sales tax? And part 2 is what is the total cost of the laptop? So in this case, you're going to be dealing with $900. That's the price of the laptop, and it's going to be times 7%, but now we've got to divide by 100 to put that as a decimal fraction. So that's 900 times 0.07. And plugging that into our calculator, we're going to come up with $63. So that's the amount of sales tax. Now the total sale price, or what we're going to have to come up with to buy the computer, is going to be 900 plus, that's the original price, plus the sales tax, which is $63. So we're going to have $963. That's what we're going to have to come up to buy the laptop when we include the sales tax. Let's look at another example. Discount and sale price. A store marks a $120 pair of shoes 25% off. What is the sale price? So here, we're going to have the discount is equal to the $120 times the 25% off, but now we've got to divide that by 100 to convert that to a decimal fraction. So that's 120 times 0.25. So now our discount is going to be $30. So now the sale price of the shoe is the original price of $120 minus $30 discount. So that's going to be equal to $90. So that is the sale price of our shoe. We started out with $120 pair of shoes. We had 25% discount. And so that was a $30 discount. And then we subtract the original price minus the $30, and then we get $90 as our final answer. That's what we have to pay. Now let's look at another example. Commission on sales. A car salesman earns a 5% commission on the cars he sells, he or they sell. If they sell a car for $25,000, how much is the sales commission? Okay, on this one, we're going to do the commission. Is going to be 5% divided by 100 times the value of the car, what he sold or she sold. So that's 0.05 times 25,000 is going to be $1,250. So that is going to be the commission that the salesperson walks away with for their part in selling you the car. And that's why salespeople, when you talk to them, they want to try to sell you the most expensive car, especially if they're working on commission, because that's how they make their money. So just be kind of aware of that. Example, let's do a markup. A business buys a product for $80 and wants to mark it up 40% to make a profit. What should the sale price be? Okay, so in this case, we're going to have to figure out the markup first of all. And that's 40% of $80. So that's equal to 40%. Once again, we're dividing by 100 to convert it to a decimal fraction, times the $80. So that's 0.4 times 80. That's going to be equal to $32. So now the selling price with the markup, so the sale price is equal to the cost that the vendor had to pay for it, and then plus the markup. So that they cost them $80 to buy the product, and then the markup was $32. So the new sale price, so they're going to have to sell this item for $112 to make their $32. Well, actually, they're going to make a little bit more than that, depending on. Now, they're going to make their $32. That's going to be the difference of basically 112 minus 80 is equal to 32. So that's going to be their gross profit. All right, let's do one more example. Profit margin. A product is sold for $150 and costs $90 to produce. What is the percent profit? So this is similar to the last one, but a little different twist. So this time the profit is equal, so we've got the $150 is what we sell it for, and then we got the $90 is the cost to produce the item. So our profit now is going to be the difference of those two, which is $60. So our profit percent is just going to be the $60 because that's our profit, that's our cost, and then we multiply that by 100 since this is going to be a fraction. This is going to be a fraction. So that's going to be 6 divided by 9 times 100, which is going to be equal to 66.67%. So that's going to be our profit margin, how much we're going to make by selling a product that costs us $90 to produce and selling it for $150. I hope you got something out of this video. If you did, please give me a like and thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to watch another video that I mentioned earlier on percents. It will help you. It's a more general overview of percents and their calculation. Thank you for watching.